Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Tissot watch. It's the Tissot LeLocle. I'm probably saying that wrong, but I don't care. So there's two LeLoques in the recent years. Tissot introduced a new version of the LeLocle, but I wanted the original automatic LeLocle, and the model I have here is the T41142333, and it's just called the Tissot LeLocle automatic watch, and it looks like this. I'll take it out in a minute. And it has a power reserve of 38 hours, and it uses an ETA 2824-2 movement with 25 joules. And it measures about 39.3 milliliters across the dial, and it has a lug width on the strap of 19 milliliters. And I have the regular silver dial with the black strap. And it is a Swiss-made automatic watch, and it comes at a really good price. The original automatic watch retailed, according to, I got this from the Tissot website, it was $595, which is a really good deal for a Swiss-made automatic watch at the time. Now, Tissot currently sells the Powermatic 80 Tissot LeLocle. It's no longer the automatic, it's called the Powermatic 80. And it looks the same exact display on the dial. Only thing is the original says automatic under the LeLocle cursive, and the new one under the cursive says Powermatic 80. Now that uses a Powermatic 80.111 movement, and that basically the distinguishing feature of the Powermatic movement, it has an 80-hour power reserve. Basically, when you put the watch down, it is a mechanical automatic watch, so it's powered by movement of your wrist or winding the crown. So once you put that watch down, basically the Powermatic gives you 80 hours of power reserve before the watch either winds down or starts losing seconds, the timekeeping movement. The watches are basically the same watch. The LeLocle overall has a 9.75 milliliter thickness. And it has a see-through case back, and it uses 316L stainless steel for the casing, as well as a genuine leather strap. And that's it. So let's just get right in, guys. So before I open this up, I have my Orient Bambino watch. It's the Bambino version 1. It's my only, I guess my remaining dress watch, my formal dress watch, and it's a gold tone watch, and it's sort of comparable to the Tissot LeLocle watch that I'm gonna review in a minute. So I'm just gonna take that out so you guys can see. And I did a review on this on my channel a couple of years ago, I think, actually. And I bought 2 or 3 of these, and this is the last one. I bought some and I sold some off. But I wanted the LeLocle. Actually, I sold the one I had here, the blue hand one, to get the LeLocle. And I'm currently wearing wristwatch check. I'm wearing my my Omega Speedmaster 3250.20 movement. I'm sorry, 3520.50. And Tissot LeLocle comes in a fancy box. It has a sleeve with pictures showing the history of all the watches. Very fancy sleeve. And this model is no longer sold in stores. You have to either special order this online, or if someone's selling it, you could buy it from them on eBay or something. I got this one off eBay, and it was a Christmas gift to myself. And I got it for actually a good price because it is what they call new old stock, NOS. So it's the manufacture date on this watch was September 2015, and it was never sold, and it was a display model until the Powermatic 80 came in. So I managed to get this one. It's brand new. I got it over the holidays. I wore it a couple of times, but I think I'm gonna get rid of it, and I'm gonna give you reasons why. So it's a very beautiful watch here. I'm gonna put it around my wrist so you guys can see. It's a nice leather strap. So I'm just gonna put it on while I'm on this side of the camera. Then I'm gonna reverse the shot. But let me actually talk about the box first before I get to the watch. So the watch is on this nice little pillow here, and oops, you didn't see that. And behind you have the Tissot library. Basically, it's a library design on this box, and it looks like a bunch of books, but it's actually only one book and a brochure. So you have a book about the history of Tissot, and it's actually a nice little book. It reminds me of a 1980s paperback novel. So it gives you the history of the book. It's 150 years history from 1853 to, I guess, present day of them making watches. And then inside that, next to that, you have a just sort of brochure of current watches in the store at the time you bought that model. So I believe this is from 2015 or something like that, or earlier. And there's a bunch more compartments in it I'll go into once I flip the camera around, but I'm just gonna put the watch on so you guys can see how it looks on my wrist. I have 7-inch wrist, and this is a brand new watch, so it's really tight leather strap. And this is why I don't like formal dress watches as much as a bracelet. Bracelets are easier to operate. So I gotta adjust this. It's a sliding butterfly clasp, which is really nice. And I think that's what I am. So I'll put this guy on so you can see how it looks on my 7-inch wrist. Now my problem with this watch, it sort of fits. It's a 39mm dial, but it feels like a 42 when you wear it. It feels like a 42 or 43 even, because my Bambino is a 41.5 and this is a 39.3, and it feels when I wear it much bigger than my Bambino. But this is how it looks on my wrist. I have 7-inch wrist, and it looks sort of like that. It doesn't really go over the cuff of a dress shirt because it's very boxy. Even though it's a round face, it's a very boxy design there. I don't know. And I don't like that it fits big. It wears big, and I feel like 37 or even 38 would have been a nice size for this type of dress formal watch. So we're gonna flip the camera around and stand up so you guys can see how it looks. And I already ordered a brown strap because I don't wear a lot of black. I don't have a black belt. I have a black belt, but I don't wear black colors. So I'd wear this with a brown strap. But that's how it looks. It kind of, you know, it looks nice, but it wears very big on the wrist. So just reverse it so you guys could. So I'm gonna go into the box. I'm still wearing my LeLocle. So this is kind of how it looks close up on the wrist. There, I love the clasp. It's very beautiful detail. That T logo there. The bracelet is a nice leather. It's really, really nice. Give you guys a close-up of that beautiful dial there. And that mesh inside the dial reminds me of a Patek Philippe Calatrava that I've seen a couple years ago. You got the date window there. It's a really easy, simple movement. You turn it away from me to wind up. And excuse my hand, I got injured on a snorkeling trip. And you pull it out once to set the date, pull it out twice, and it has a hacking movement that stops the second hand, so you could set the time. Push it in, shake it up, and you're ready to go. So inside the box, it comes with a little travel bag here. Put that to the side, and you have little booklets in here for the setting instructions. And it's about the first 10 pages. It's only 10 pages in English, and then the rest is different languages. So it's only 10 pages. It's not as serious as it looks. And you have a little brochure, another brochure in there for the 2015 year. So that's when this watch was made and sold, I guess, or sent to the stores. And then this side you have the warranty. And this watch actually is still on the warranty until next year, I believe, because it was a 2016, I guess. It was in the store and it was never really sold, but it's the warranties from the manufacturer. So you have the international warranty booklet there. Put that back in. You have the pillow, and the pillow, actually, I was trying to figure out what those were. The pillow slips into that with these little loops. Slip that right in there. Put that back in there. So it's very, very complicated box. But let's talk about the watch. So it's a beautiful watch with a display case back. And the reason, let me sit down. The reason I wanted the automatic over the Powermatic was that, first of all, I don't need 80 hours power reserve, because a watch like this is really easy to set and go when it stops ticking. You just set it and go. It's real easy. It's not like a chronograph complication like this or something more complicated. So I don't need 80 hours power reserve. The 38 is good enough for just a regular person. But I like this one because the display back is slightly different, with the rotor being a copper, a brass gold finish. The Powermatic case back it's a silver finish. Sorry about that, guys. It's a little blurry. But I love the case back here. It's very, very, very beautiful. It's also 3-dimensional. It has a little depth to it, so it's a bit of a, I don't know if you can see there. So it sinks in a bit there. Now, beautiful watch. Again, it sits very high on the wrist, even though it's only 9.75 milliliters thick compared to my Orient is about 10 to 11. It's somewhere in between there, and this is 15. So, but this for some reason just floats above the wrist when you wear it. I really don't like the floating above the wrist that it has the effect of it. And again, this is 39, this is 41 and a half, and this is 38. But the Tissot looks way bigger than these other watches, which I don't know why, the optical illusion of it. It's just maybe because the lack of features or lack of design on that dial on the Tissot, but it just looks and feels much bigger than it should. Now, that is one gripe, but my main gripe with this watch is it feels very cheap and light when you pick it up. It's a very light watch. It's lighter than my Orient Bambino, and the rotor mechanism inside the Bambino, when you wind it up, I know you're not supposed to bang it, but I like to bang it, and you probably hear it wind up. That is not even like a good sound. It's a like rattly, but you feel it vibrate. You feel that rotor wind up. The watch kind of vibrates a little bit as it charges itself. The Omega is much better because it's more expensive. So the watch, when I wind my Omega up like that, the rotor shakes and vibrates the whole watch. And when I wear this watch and I'm walking, say I'm running, like I'm walking and I start running and stop, like I'm running for a bus or a train, I feel that rotor mechanism winding up, and I can feel the watch charging itself against my skin. On this, there's literally no sound. The watch doesn't vibrate. It just doesn't, there's nothing there. And also when you wind it like this, it just feels very cheap and loose. It doesn't feel tight. It just feels cheap and loose. Like, even though it looks pretty, I believe, and it's a Swiss made automatic, it's just a cheap, it just feels cheap. It just, I don't know, it's just, it doesn't feel, it feels like $100 watch. It doesn't feel like a $500 watch or a $300 watch compared to the Bambino. You spend $200 for this, but it feels like a $900 watch. The weight, the way the mechanism inside feels against your body, your skin. But this, it doesn't carry that. It just feels really flimsy and lightweight. And even though I got it for a good price and I wanted this watch for a really long time, and I sold a couple of watches to get it, and I wanted a dress watch in more dress watches in my collection, I think I'm gonna let this one go. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know below, but I'm not too impressed by it. It's a bit of a boring watch. I'm more of an Omega Speedmaster personality, but you know, I do want to dress it up sometimes with a little dressy watch. But I think I'm gonna just get rid of this by next month. I don't know, it's just very boring, and I'm in a situation here where, like, if it's coming down to wearing this watch or Bambino, I'll definitely wear the Bambino because I like the bulb, the way the glass comes over. Even though this is a mineral glass, this is sapphire, the materials, and this Tissot is very, very well done. It's very good materials there on the strap, on the case back is very good materials. But if it comes down to wearing like a Orient Bambino, I'd probably wear the Bambino over the Tissot. The only reason I would wear the Tissot is to say I have a Swiss automatic on my wrist, but then I could do that with the Speedmaster. And everyone knows the Speedmaster. Tissot, Omega, Tissot, you know, it's the same swatch group, but not a lot of people, Tissot don't get a lot of credit. They make good watches, I think, but they're not recognized. A lot of people don't really know Tissot, the brand, that well, compared to Oris, Hamilton, or even Tag Heuer gets a bit more popularity and a bit more recognition over Tissot. And I think Tissot should be selling more watches and have more recognition. I'm just putting this back in the box. And I don't know, I think this is going to go soon. I'm not going to keep it for much longer. One, I'm not a dress watch person, but I wanted a dress watch in my arsenal. You know, I have a lot of sports watches, but I wanted something dressy. But I don't know, guys. I think it's gonna have to go compared to these other. You know, if I wanted, like I said, if I wanted a Swiss-made automatic, I have my Speedmaster. You know, if I want a dress watch, I have the Orient Bambino, and it serves the function. But the Tissot is just, it's not for me. It's for someone else, basically, is what I'm saying. But, you know, I like it. It's a good watch, but it's just not for me. All right, guys. Bye.